News around, obviously dominated at the moment by Her Majesty and the new King, but yesterday on Sunday Agenda, some interesting news via the Minister for Home Affairs, and you've got some other points that she made during your recent discussion, Andrew.
That's right, Kieran. This interview is Sunday Agenda. Home Affairs Minister Clare O'Neil outlined how she was looking to dump the significant investor visa scheme set up in 2012 by the former Labor government and allowing people who bring $5 million worth of investments to settle here. The minister revealed the scheme actually cost Australia money because it was attracting retirees. She also spoke about the record permanent migration intake of 195,000 she recently announced and how her department had been instructed by her to seek more immigrants from offshore than normal, as opposed to just settling those temporary entrants who were already here. The minister confirmed here in this exchange, this we did not run yesterday, that she was looking to increase the minimum salary that skilled migrants must earn in the job they are taking up to get a visa here. At present, that's set at $54,000 a year. The unions have called for it to be $90,000 a year. The minister indicates the figure arrived at is likely to be less than $90,000.
What we have at the moment is a system that says that you can come in as a skilled temporary worker as long as you meet a certain income threshold, and that's really trying to create a system where we're not bringing in many workers who will be working unskilled work at the bottom of the labour market and pushing down the wages of Australians, because we don't want that to be an outcome of our immigration system, and to focus on migrants who have got high skills, who will be in high paid jobs and use their productivity to create jobs for Australians. So these are the migrants that we want to focus on.
But what's the number?
Yeah, so the issue is that the income level's set too low at the moment. It's about $54,000 a year.
Presumably it won't be the $90,000 the unions want, will it?
Yeah. Well, I think $90,000 is probably a bit too high, because that will knock out lots of skilled workers who are coming to Australia at the moment. But I'm listening to the views of everyone who wants to contribute to this conversation at the moment, and the important thing again is we've got consensus here.
I also asked Clare O'Neil about the fact the Australian Federal Police had been taken out of the Home Affairs portfolio. You might recall under the previous coalition government, setting up the Home Affairs Ministry was a big deal, pushed for by Scott Morrison and eventually won by Peter Dutton and Karen Andrews. Now, some of its influence has been denuded. Why was the AFP taken out of Home Affairs? So
the AFP was taken out of Home Affairs because you're probably aware that AFP officers for a long time have asked to be taken out of Home Affairs. The view of the Employee Association was that the Australian Federal Police was politicised while in Home Affairs. So that was made at the request of the AFP Association, and the AFP now sits in the Attorney General's portfolio. The Attorney General and I work together absolutely hand in glove, and I probably am in meetings or meeting directly with the AFP, on average, many times a week.
Interesting too, these comments on asylum seekers. We have 130,000 in the country at the moment, including about 20,000 temporary protection visa holders. All the focus for years has been on people who arrive by boat, but we have not had a boat arrival here since 2013. They're all coming by air these days. What are we going to do about these people who have come in and have claimed asylum and are still here?
We need to give these people an answer, and if it means deporting them out of the country, we will do that if we need to. If it means letting them stay, then for God's sake, let's just let them stay so they can get themselves educated and, get their kids into school and start to build a life here.
And how long do you think it'll take to get through that caseload?
Yeah, I think it's going to take some years. I think it's going to take some years. Well, absolutely, because the former government sat on this problem for 9 years and let these cohorts of people accumulate.
Clare O'Neil and Andrew Clennell, thank you. We'll catch you later in the program.